One. What is up, YouTube? HPJ here, and a good afternoon or good day to you all. So today's video is going to be a deck profile for Rush Duel for the Harpie. It is so awesome to see a lot of things going on for Harpies, um, in Rush Duel, because I was very excited to see just all of it. Being a Harpie player, one, I love when new Harpie support comes out. Two, I love it when Harpies get the show and recognition that they definitely deserve. They paid their time. And just overall, the stigma of being of the Harpie archetype now, and even in Rush Duel, a lot of people say it. They love this integration of Harpies and a lot of us agree. We wish this was something that the CG did as well, because it's not fair that one of the biggest legacy archetypes in the series doesn't get this much love in the base series, but in side sets, in the side series, they get a lot of love. I mean, you can even see a Harvey. It's crazy. I mean, we love to see this. So I'm guessing today, because of course this is their profile that I'm currently doing, because not spoilers, but just a bit of update. I am in the process of moving. There's going to be a lot of me moving for the next couple of weeks, and I know many of you are very excited for that as well. Don't worry, community tab, I'll keep you guys updated for how things are. But with that said, we are here for our queens, the goddesses of the sky, the Harpie Ladies. So why don't we go ahead and go through it. So starting off for their profile is I'm running 3 copies of the vanilla Harpie Lady herself. Then for the effect monsters, I'm running 3 copies of Harpie Ladies, 2 copies of Harpie Ladies L, and 2 copies of Harpie Lady R. Then I'm running triple copies of Harpie Lady 1, with a single copy each of Harpie Lady 2 and Harpie Lady 3. Then I'm running doubles of Harpie Regina, Harpie Celia, and Celia, I'm sorry, not Celia, Celio. And then I am running 2 copies of Harpie Carla. Then for the non-Harpie monsters, I'm running 2 copies of Trick Pigeon and 1 copy of Ryza, the Storm Monarch. For the spells, I'm running triple copies of Triangle Ecstasy Spark. Then I'm running 2 copies of Elegant Egotists, 2 copies of Harpie's Full Dress, 2 copies of Avian Spell Strategy, 1 Magical Stone Excavation, and 1 Dark Hole. Then for the trap cards, of course, it wouldn't be a Harpie deck if we didn't talk about our Boku Hearted Pigeon. And then 2 copies of Harpie's Feather Tempest and 1 copy of the Icarus Attack. Funny enough, I mean, organized. I think the last time I was on here doing stuff, it reorganizes. I like my stuff to be ordered. I don't have goddamn do it. Alright, there we go. So then for the cards in the extra deck, of course, there's extra copies of Harpie Lady 2 and Harpie Lady 3, Harpie Ceilo, and then there's Mad Rare Aquila. There is was it Ghost Cyclone, The Wind That Blows Through, Graceful Charity, Nobody's Cat Thief, or Skirt Thief, because I don't like losing it. Then there's Radiant Mirror Force, regular Mirror Force, and then Magic Cylinders. So don't worry, I'll talk about a good portion of those later. But why don't we go ahead and go into the main deck? Because funny enough, Harpies don't have any extra monsters that they're currently using in Rush. So unless you do like hybrid deck. Fine. So one of the big things to talk about, of course, is the big lady at start. Harpie Lady M, because that's what I call her, Harpie Lady M, because she's no Harpie Lady. So basically, this is just a bit of an upgrade from the original Harpie Lady 1. This Harpie Lady gives 500 attack to 1 monster in the field by returning 2 wind attribute Wingy Beast monsters in your graveyard back into the deck. Then when she is maximum summoned, she can inflict 500 points of damage. And if she's maximum summoned, her original attack will become 3,400 instead of the 2,100. And for those who don't know, the maximum summon means that if your card is a maximum monster, that you can summon the entire piece of the field, at once, and the middle card will give more than maximum card on a maximum monster. If for our maximum monster for the Harpie archetype, it's the Harpie Ladies. They get called Harpie Ladies. So it's definitely a big upgrade to the original Harpie Ladies system. And just the fact that there's so much you utilize from this Harpie Lady because she's returning your wind monster. Doesn't matter if they're Harpie Lady or not. Um, the buff, the little bit of 500 damage, great. And you're walking on a 3400 beat stick that can become 39 and possibly almost more than 5k. You know how you want to set up the field. And I love Harpie Ladies when the strategies become buff us up, take down our opponent, and do as much damage that you possibly can. I love that with Harpie Ladies. And Harpie Ladies herself is great. Literally one of the biggest stands. Harpie Ladies L and Harpie Ladies R. While they're not as big or potent as the middle one, they do come in very handy. Harpie Ladies R has the ability to attack uh, 3 times. Yeah, she has the ability to make up to 3 attacks on monsters in the turn when she's maximum summoned. The other ability that she has is that she can be destroyed by your opponent's monster effect. And that's a really good upgrade from just being a monster that stops monsters from attacking. Being able to not be destroyed by their effects can really be a good way to get over things. Because monster destruction is something that causes a problem. So to have a Harpie that does that, on her own is great, and then a maximum summon multi-attacker is just icing on that cake. Especially when you can combine her with Harpie's full dress, so not only are you having a monster that can swing, but you can also have a monster that can swing multiple monsters and do a piercing battle damage. Yeah, definitely great to that. And then Harpie Ladies L can't be destroyed by opponents' trap effects. So yeah, just as good, because remember, her upgrade in its turn says that when she attacks, she gets the engineer golem. So being unaffected by spells and traps until the damage stat, and then having this big buff that just can't be destroyed by your opponent's trap effect is a great thing. Her maximum is just that increase. I guess that works for some cards, not others, but I'm not running those focus on high level monsters. I'm more so just focusing on being the win attribute, and then doing your unique abilities combining with other things to get out of them. Now, moving on from there, let's move on to these level 4s, because don't worry, I'll talk about Rise of Six. Harpie Lady, definitely an asset to her archetype. You know, with how a lot of the vanilla, how the normal monster additions give additional effects, Harpie Lady definitely had to be dropped in. I'm actually real curious to see what they'll do with Cyber Harpie, because that actually has been floating around is what would happen if Cyber Harpie Lady got printed in Rush Duel. Would she be considered a normal monster? Would she be the Harpie to break the extension of this monster's Harpie Lady as well? I mean, you'd have to decide between Harpie Lady and Cyber Harpie Lady. I'm really curious. I would love to play Cyber Harpie Lady in addition. That would be a great. Even though I love the original Harpie Lady because it's so much to her, but to have Cyber Harpie Lady in addition to Harpie Lady, that's gonna be right there. And my thing about it was this is that Harpie Lady has basically been one of those assortment of normal monsters that no matter where they are, they're always going to have an impact on the card game. Whether it's through strategies to bring normal monsters out to do other things, or it's just having the presence of a normal monster to give other cards the ability to have other effects go on. It's just amazing how we're 25 years later in the Yu-Gi-Oh series, and we're still using normal monsters to help out with combos and game-winning, setups and pushes and stuff like that. It's just awesome. Now, moving on from that, Harpie Lady 1, 300 additional attack. Harpie Lady number 2, the Ancient Gear effect. Not bad. And then Harpie Lady 3, just the stun effect. Now, the reason why I dropped these two to 1 is simply because we have new Harpie monsters to include. We have to, test them out, see how they're doing. And I don't mind Harpie Lady 2 or Harpie Lady, because one other thing that you do account to their effect is they send the top cards of your deck to the grave to not only become Harpie Lady while on the field or graveyard, but while they're on the field, but they get their additional abilities. And remember, that is a cost to send the top card of your deck to the graveyard. So what you're really doing is that you're paying the cost for an effect to help trigger other effects to go off when they need to go off, such as when Elegant Egotist activates, or activating Harpie Ladies to send cards back to the deck, or just the other plethora of cards in their abilities that goes on. So there's a lot of things that you easily take advantage of with the ability to mill. I mean, look at Life Sword. So then from there, I'm rocking the 2 copies each of Harpie Regina, Harpie Ceilo, and Harpie Carla. While Ceilo happens just to be the draw power plus retrieval of things, because all you need is another monster on the field to add another Harpie Lady or Harpie Lady graveyard to your hand. Similarly, you're just relying on her for the help to draw power and current, if anything. So send a card from your hand to the grave, draw a card. If you have a normal monster on the field, add a Harpie Lady or Harpie Lady from your graveyard. Also to note, because someone also mentioned this on Twitter, Harpie, Regina, Carla, and Ceilo are not Harpie Lady while they're in the graveyard or on the field. They're Harpie Lady by name, but I mean they're Harpies in terms of archetype, but they're not treated as Harpie Lady. So do be careful of that, or just a clarification of that for anyone who doesn't know. Harpie Ceilo. So this one is return your Harpie Ladies that's on the field to shuffle to send 3 cards from top of your deck to the graveyard. If any of them were Harpie Lady or Harpie Ladies, you can add 1 Harpie Feather Tempest from your graveyard to your. So we now have essentially a retriever for Harpie's Feather Tempest. While Tempest isn't the keen eye for most people, it's still a really good in defensive option for dealing with a lot of your opponent's shenanigans. And I do like the fact that, yet again, they're playing off of this whole mill mechanic that the Harpie archetype is doing. Because with mill, you would want recovery, and they have it. So there's no need to be afraid if Ceilo sends a bunch of Harpie monsters to the grave, because remember, you still have Elegant Egotist, you have Harpie Ladies M, and you have Harpie's Feather Tempest to help you retrieve a lot of those Harpies back into the deck. And then just revise your combination, your deck, build up from. Because once you start thinning your deck of all the things you don't want, you have all the things that you do need, then that makes the game easier to get to your victory. Or just set up for you. So that's why I said I don't think she's a bad monster. A lot of people ask about that. No, I think she's going to be a great fit for this, in for the strategy setup as well. And you have someone who mills cards to retrieve Tempest. Tempest is a way to block. You also have the fact that she can return Harpie Ladies back to them. You can just tribute her off for those Harpie Ladies, and then continue on with the combination. Carla, she's just here to get your Harpies full. That's literally it, and just be a good, easy fodder for tribute summon stuff like that. Trick Pigeon. I definitely didn't want to leave out the Trick Pigeon, because now even more with Celio's effect, Trick Pigeon just become an even bigger support card. Which it already was. Send a spell or trap from your hand to the grave to get a winged beast monster with 1500 or more attack, back into your hand. So all the circulation of things going on, Trick Pigeon definitely is getting a good A-OK in my book. Then we have, of course, the Monarch himself, Ryza. I think I'm going to leave out Ryza. I think Ryza is a great addition to the deck because it's so much removal off of a tribute. You have Trick Pigeon to recycle it if you tribute it off again. There's so many different ways for situations. I definitely, because of how it's the legend card for the monster section, definitely enjoy the cycling of Ryza. But Ryza does, because Monarchs know how to control the board. Oh yes, they do. They know what to do when they do it, and they do it well. Moving on from the monsters, let's talk about ourselves and traps. Of course, the power buff from Triangle Ecstasy Spark, and the fact that it shuts down your opponent's trap cards are definitely of. And more simpler to play in this game than in the original, because all you need is for a Harpie Ladies to be on the field. You actually have to need Harpie Lady Sisters to even play Ecstasy. And then again, Ecstasy Spark doesn't give everybody the additional buff, but it just negates the massive amount tracks that you'll have to hunt it for. So I mean, still, it's a like I said, it's a big change and a better change from the original fight. Elegant Egotist, your special summoner. Swarming your field with Harpie Lady or Harpie Ladies. And being able to get those monsters from the graveyard. The only downside to this is that you can't declare an attack on an attack position monster with 12,000 or less attack. Mind you, if they're in defense, they're full game. Because you can just slap on the next card over, and that's the Harpie's full dress, and literally stack on the damage. Additional 800 attack or defense, 800 attack, 400 defense to your Harpie, who's most likely swinging at your opponent and doing piercing battle damage. Yeah, this can get really nasty. Like I said, if you equipped it to a Harpie Lady 3 when she's maximum, a Harpie Lady R when she's not summoned, that's 3 attacks on monsters who are in defense, who are most likely in defense position, or hopefully, and you're inflicting piercing battle damage to them with a big beat stick. And just looking at all the things that you can easily give to Harpie Ladies to make her buff up. 500 attack from Harpie Ladies and the additional 800 from this. Triangle Ecstasy Spark. I mean, you're gonna win the game by that. There's nothing we're worried about. And I definitely run the 2 lists because I can easily just Carla. Avian Spell Strategy, of course, because you can wipe out your opponent's back row and then be able to place your Winged Beast monsters to the top of your deck. So you can go get your Ryza, you can go get your Harpie Ladies, and have an ability and have them being put back onto the top of the deck so you can reuse them again. Definitely a really good assortment. Dark Hole, massive monster removal. Magic Stone Excavation. Easy discard to get back a power spell or a spell you need just in the nick of time so you can get rid of things. Harpie's Feather Tempest as we move into the trap cards. While a lot of people don't like Tempest, I actually like Tempest. Because I like the fact that it just resolves itself around your Harpie. Being able to recycle your Harpie back into the deck to destroy a monster. And then even so, change the battle position. Have to shuffle in a normal monster. Like I said, the revolution of the normal monsters is definitely apparent, not only in the main game, but in Rush Duel. And being able to survive that. I would love to see what this card would do. OCG. Probably just, be a defensive. Something similar to this, I guess it would kind of be like Harpie Sparrow for me. Both a will have 2 particular trap cards that work on being defensive instead of offensive. But they do say a good offense is a great defense. So yeah, never look it down as a bad thing. Always look at it as a good thing. Same thing with a Hearted Pigeon, stopping those high level monsters, changing their battle position, and then being able to inflict damage to your opponent. Get out of dodge. Definitely get out of dodge. And then speaking of getting out of dodge, Icarus attack to blow up some cards on the field. I like the little combination of the deck that I have right now, and I think it's something that's definitely going to be working for me for a good portion of time until we get stuff. Other than that, I mean, there are a lot of things in the side deck that I definitely recommend if you want to add in more Harpies. To, I know Mad Rare Aquila has been really seeing popularity because of these higher level monsters that have been flowing around. Definitely help out with that. Swapping out your legend cards if you want more draw power, Graceful Charity. If you don't want it, you can always do Massive with Dark Hole. Even some more removal, while you have nothing on the field and you're starting off, you got, a good going second card in Ghost Cyclone. You have, backup for a lot of things to deal with monsters. Because you have Mirror Force, you have Radiant Mirror Force, you got Magic Cylinder. So any combination of things that you want to deal with attacks, you definitely can. And even so, Nobody's Scar Thief is actually a pretty good card itself. Being able to help you draw, discard, and then even protect your monster, even stop battle damage, can be very resilient. And something that I did want to suggest. So, yeah, I think that is it, you guys, for today's video, which I hope you all enjoy. So with that said and done, thank you everyone for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. It helped me out tremendously. Hit the notification bell to be informed when I upload more content to the channel. My social media links are in the description box below, and you guys can definitely catch me live on twitch.tv/. So with that said and done, thanks everybody for watching. HBJ signing out. Take care.